Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right today. And I'm happy to tell you that I'm doing all right too. Thank you so very much for being with me today. I really do appreciate it. And I would like to welcome all of you to another episode of TJ's Topics. Appreciate you being here. I consider it a joy, an honor, and the privilege to be able to come into your presence on any given occasion. And not only would I like to welcome you to TJ's Topics, but I would also like to welcome you to a brand new month, the month of August. And I'm so glad to see you. I tell you, 2026 will be over in a flash. Now, before 2026 is over, I would like to offer you an additional topic of interest. And this topic is one that could be a bit offensive to some, especially those of you who are or may consider yourself to be a holy roller. Today, I'm talking about spiritual shit starters. That is the topic for today. Spiritual shit starters. And oh, you may be wondering, how in the world did I come up with such a topic? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I have dealt with many people that fall into this category in the past. So pretty much everything that I share with you today is based on past experiences. Now, before we even get into the spiritual aspect of this, we must first define the term shit starter. Now, what is a shit starter? A shit starter, often called a shit stirrer or shit disturber, is slang for a troublemaker who deliberately provokes arguments, spreads gossip, and creates drama. That, my friends, is what a shit starter is. And based on that brief definition, I think it's safe to say that a number of you have came across people like that in the past. You've probably dealt with folks like that, on the job or um, in the neighborhood, in school when you were a student, and pretty much anywhere where life has allowed you to sojourn. You have encountered at least one shit starter in your time. But what about spiritual shit starters? Well, I tell you what, we're going to get into that very shortly. But first, I have another question for you. Who can be a shit starter? There are different types of people who may fall into that category. According to AI, anyone with a knack for conflict, boredom, or a self-serving agenda can be a shit starter. So that's pretty much self-explanatory across the board. These troublemakers thrive on drama, enjoy pushing boundaries, and often spread rumors. While personality types vary, they typically share the following traits. Number one, the bored or curious. They are individuals who simply get a thrill out of stirring the pot just to see how people react or what they can get away with. That's the first type of person who can be a shit starter. The second type is the attention seeker. And they are people who create chaos to make themselves the the center of attention, or otherwise to feel important. And I'm sure you probably have encountered someone like that before too. The third type of shit starter is the narcissistic or toxic individual. And they are people who are driven by a desire to feel superior, often defaming others and twisting misunderstandings to keep conflicts alive. And there are plenty of people out here who thrive on mess. They're not satisfied unless there's some kind of drama or confusion. They love that kind of stuff. It makes them feel good. They apparently get their rocks off on garbage like that. And finally, the fourth type of shit starter, the internet troll. And those of us who are active on the internet all the time, we have ran into many of these type of individuals. They're online users who intentionally post controversial or inflammatory content to bait people into arguing. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a major shit starter. And I've had my share of those on many occasions. Those are the four types: the bored or curious, the attention seeker, the narcissistic or toxic individual, and the internet troll. And I'm sure that you have dealt with a number of those. And didn't they get on your last nerve? Because they sure as hell got on mine. So now we are down to what is going to help me to summarize the topic for today. Spiritual shit starters. That's what we're talking about. We know what they are, and we know who can be such. But now we need to know the specific individuals who may qualify as a spiritual shit starter. Number one, the pastor, and possibly his wife, the first lady. Number two, the deacons in the church. Number three, the minister of music. Number four, the choir director. Number five, the choir members. Number six, the ushers. Number seven, the church secretary. Number eight, the associate ministers. Number nine, the Sunday school teachers. And number 10, fellow parishioners or congregants. In other words, the people you go to church with, the folks who sit in the pews. 10 categories of people right there in the so-called house of God who could very well be shit starters. And in my opinion, the biggest shit starter in the church is the man of God himself, the so-called man of God, the pastor. He is usually the biggest shit starter there is. So, in closing, I just want to tell you that if you come across people like that along the way, just be mindful not to share too much of your personal business with them, because all they're looking for is something to talk about. And as I said before, the people in the church are not your friends. They may grin in your face, but believe me, they can and will stab you in the back if you're not careful. And that, my friends, is what a shit starter is. So I want to say thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of TJ's Topics. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you again next time as we continue on through the last full month of the summer, the month of August. This is Taryn Jerome Harris reminding you that every round goes higher and higher. I'll talk to you later.